Some of the most motivated advocates for addressing climate change are the youth, whose future is most urgently at stake. Our Children's Trust in Eugene, Oregon, has filed a landmark lawsuit against the U.S. government. The Ashland Youth Climate Action Group has been instrumental in securing the Ashland Climate and Energy Plan. Nicoletta Dinelli of Talent, Oregon, is another one of the region's youth who has been so energized by the imperative call of climate change that she has decided to major in environmental studies, its policies, and law.
How did you become aware of climate change as an issue and as something that you want to be really concerned about?
Well, my parents always raised me to be very aware of the planet and how I treated it and things like that, but it wasn't until a couple years ago in high school when I took my AP Environmental Studies course that I really was exposed to all the information that there is to know, and I understood how passionate I actually was about those issues, and I got caught up in all the specifics of it and how much I actually enjoyed learning about those things.
I understand that you had a focus for your senior project that had something to do with that issue. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, so I wanted my senior project to have to do with environmental issues, so I contacted Rogue Climate, which is a local environmental organization, and it was actually just like an 8-minute walk from my school. So I would walk there after school and plan, and I organized a small art show at my school, mostly featuring my own art, but I got some art donated from other students. It was all environmental themed, and it was sold like a silent auction, and it went really well. It was a fun time, and I was able to help out Rogue Climate, and that's how I got involved with Rogue Climate, and I've been volunteering with them for like a year now. So I try to head over to whatever volunteer events they have going on. Mostly their main focus right now is the No LNG campaign, which is a very prominent issue here in Southern Oregon. There's a proposed pipeline that would stretch through 4 counties in Southern Oregon of fracked natural gas. And it's the 3rd time this project has been proposed, and it's the 3rd time we're trying to shut it down. So that's the main focus for Rogue Climate right now, and that's one of the main things I've been helping out with.
You decided to focus on environmental studies in college. Can you talk about what your long-range goal is there? Exactly what degree do you want to get, and do you want to pursue an advanced degree? And then from there, what do you hope to accomplish in your career?
I plan to major in environmental studies, undergraduate, and then I hope to go on to pursue law and policy in the environmental scope of things. And I really just want to help hold people in power accountable, especially in an environmental way. Big polluters, corporations, and government officials, things like that. So that's something that I want to help out with.
Well, what would you like to see those that are in positions of power now do in regard to climate change and related issues?
So climate change is a very critical issue for my generation, and because of the danger that it poses to people and the future, I demand that government officials and people in power really find the courage within themselves to take that step and that initiative in the environmental progressive movement, because really our country is way too dependent on fossil fuels, and I would like to see that be a focus for government officials, since that's something that they can pretty easily try to focus on. And I think that renewable energy would not only decrease our contribution to climate change and pollution, but it would also be a sustainable economic boost. And it would help alleviate some of the hardships that people face because of climate change, and usually those hardships fall into vulnerable and marginalized communities. So renewable energy, I think, is really something that people need to invest in. And as a country, I think it shows short-sightedness for America to not be progressive in that field.